This meat is cooked to perfection.
It is, if I say so myself.
You're allowed.
Here, look. Look at the color in the middle of this. Right?
Perfect.
Here, perfect bite.
Oh my God, it's amazing.
Takes its time to get to its central conflict. It brings us into this date night, and everything seems so perfect and ideal and romantic and lovely until it's not. And then things dive down pretty fast, pretty steeply, and we see the little cuts that are in the body of this relationship that were really always there from the beginning of the film if you were paying close enough attention. So I love the attention to detail here in the performances, in the physical action, in the setup of the narrative. It's really well done and gives us a fully rounded relationship that feels lived in.
Like this idea of from the beginning, the marriage seems great until the night starts to unfold and you get to see all the cracks within the marriage. I think this was a very interesting character study, very slice of life, in which the two actors get to really showcase their chemistry. They work very well together, and it feels like a very authentic argument and conversation that they're having, where everything's laid down on the table, and something as serious as thinking that their daughter is getting kicked out of school and that her future is at stake and whatnot kind of makes a lot of these problems boil over. And I thought that was very interesting to see. A lot of the shots were very cinematic, especially the ending with the push out from the husband and the wife by the tub. I thought that looked really, really cool. I also really liked there was a part towards the end, but kind of towards the middle where, the wife throws the glass and then, she and her husband are trying to like pick up the remnants of the glass, which I feel like was symbolic of their marriage, trying to like pick up the pieces, but it just wasn't working and it can't be fixed.
It just goes to show how fast an idyllic looking relationship can fall apart. You can't even always judge what you see in a relationship just from one instance because it can go bad so fast. Just how these characters' relationship is so fragile in the beginning, and you don't really realize until one bad thing happens and it's like throwing gasoline on a little flame. It blows up. And I think these characters did an amazing job in this film. Their chemistry is spot on. It just feels so real. The acting is super good. Just the actress's emotions after finding out that it's an April Fool's joke, just relief and devastation all on her face, realizing, her daughter's okay, but her relationship is dead. I just thought it was just so good. The build up, the explosion, the beginning where we have just such a happy relationship with him complimenting her parenting skills. And then as soon as something goes wrong, her parenting is awful. She's coddling the children. Definitely great writing here as well. I thought this was really well done, felt so real, and the acting was great.
I think that the title of this film is very fitting. It's about a shattered marriage with a cheating husband who makes a lot of comments to his wife about her weight and eating and can hardly even remember the reasons that he really loves her. They're clearly still caring a lot about each other, and they clearly still love each other and their children, but their relationship was very easily broken up by a practical joke. I really liked the use of music in this, and I think it conveyed the right emotion and helped with the overall vibe, and I think that the setup of this film was executed really well.
Clearly they had kind of issues in their marriage. Clearly, even before you get to their kind of fight, you can see it in the way that they interact with each other. You can see it in the way that they talk to each other or try and, refer back to their relationship. And, they're clearly trying to ignite something there or see if there's something still left there. When she says, like, is there anything else you still love about me? things like that. Like you can see the cracks, you can see the splintering that's already happening there. And then obviously they have their big blow and they have their big fight, and you just see it completely break apart and break down. And the fact that it came as like part of a practical joke, I think that that's kind of telling, because it really was just the excuse, or just the circumstances that set everything off. Because I feel like without, all of those cracks, without all of those other issues already present, they might have, gotten angry or whatever else, but I don't think it would have escalated the way that it did. And they probably could have just laughed off the actual practical joke part of it. But clearly that's not what happened. And it got taken to a different place. I think like I said, I think it was so incredibly well done and well-rounded.
A lot of the story is carried through the dialogue between the characters, and also I think the acting is really good to coincide with that, and it makes it very believable and high stakes for us as the audience. And I think that really propels the story forward in an otherwise very normal, everyday setting.